Angela Johnson, an African Democratic Congress presidential aspirant, says she will rescue the country from the abyss if elected president in 2023. The Abia State-born politician who picked the nomination, an expression of interest form for free at the African Democratic Congress headquarters here in Abuja, is asking Nigerians to give women like her the chance to lead the country. Lady Johnson pledges to restore security and tackle corruption as well as poverty if elected into office.
One thing I know is that when there is need for a change, there must be people that will be willing to pay the price. And I am here to volunteer myself as that willing vessel that will cause the change of affairs of Nigeria. I came here for the total emancipation of Nigeria. Nigeria needs overhauling. One of the things I'm going to be doing is to make sure that the security is curbed. Our security will be restored.
Well, I'm being joined now by the woman herself, Angela Johnson, who is a presidential aspirant of the African Democratic Congress, as I told you moments ago. Thank you so much for joining us, Lady Johnson.
Thank you for having me.
Good to have you. I see that white seems to be your favorite color.
Yeah.
Any story behind that? Do you want to tell us?
Yeah, I mean, white symbolizes righteousness. So I believe that God is going to bless Nigeria with the clarity of vision and, you know, give us a sense of direction on what we do.
The God factor.
Yeah.
You say you rescued Nigeria from the abyss. How bad is it?
Wow. Nigeria is deteriorating. I should say it's so bad that, you know, there's no word to describe it, because if you go across the world today and mention your name as, you know, being or carrying a green passport as a Nigerian, the first thing somebody does is to look at you twice. So there's a stigma that goes with that name, that Nigeria is a corrupt nation, and they don't really know what to do at this time, I should, say, because if Nigerians as of today will be doing what they're doing as a nation, ignoring the fact that we're in the 21st century, and they are all glued up into corruption and behaving as if, the life is all centered about money and, what you gain and what you get, and neglecting our youths, neglecting the children, neglecting the future of the ones that will follow suit. I mean, that means that there is no hope for the youths, there's no hope for the women, there's no hope at all.
Yeah. Corruption seems to be top on your agenda. The current administration also promised to fight corruption 7 years ago when it came into power. And despite its efforts, Nigeria doesn't rank any better on those corruption rankings in the world. What are you going to do differently? Because we've heard the stories before, but not much changes are seen. So how do you intend to change? How do you intend to fight corruption?
Well, thank you for that question. Corruption didn't start just 7 years ago. Yes. It started from 1999, when the first regime of PDP came into power. They negligently allowed a lot of things to go wrong, where they began to allow people to embezzle money, divert money, the money that is supposed to be used for building the nations, and they divert it to the personal account. And when this came to a point that politicians feel that they will not be able to cope with it, they started looking for someone that will bridge that gap. And in their quest of looking for maybe a messiah, in quotes, they went for this present administration that, probably let's look at somebody that have a military base that could use force to, to force people to not to, because this administration now came in to curb corruption. But from all indication, it's it's like it's blew to the maximum. Because, I mean, I can't see a general that does not have any democratic insights before he came to power, leading people into such a mess. Because, you know, you can't use force against people. The people that are already in the system is already corrupt, the system is already bad, and you can't use force to, you know, get people to change the culture that they feel they can do. So one thing I am here to do is not really per se to fight corruption, because fighting corruption is wasting time, because it has eaten deep into the nation. So what I'm going to do is nation building. I'm going to change the minds of the youths, minds of our women, to know that this is our time. We cannot just watch our nation, our children, our future just drain out because of some people that doesn't really have any future for the ordinary people on the streets. They just ignore and just turn a blind eye to the issues of the day. So what I'm going to do, in effect, is to start building from wherever I take over from these governments, to make people to realize we do not have any other nation called Nigeria. It is this. So the future of our children depends on it in our hands.
So I heard you say, you know, to carry out this plan, you're going to talk to the youth and the women, but I didn't hear the men. Is that a strategy to go using the youth and the women to get to the men? If you can clarify that.
Well, the men have ruled the nation for many years, and we have seen how much they can do for the nation. It's all, sorry, it's all about money. It's all about showing off. You can imagine what the ruling party has done with the
sorry,
thank you, with the nomination form of 100 million. I mean, it's a show of strength, or show of financial strength. It doesn't make sense to me. And they are saying that they are encouraging the youth. You know, you're not too young to run, but you're putting a figure that will make it impossible for the youth to come into the system. And all these people that are struggling to get the power, they have children that could actually take it over from them. They have children. They have children that are 50 years. And what are they looking in the system? They've run the system down. They have run everybody down. I mean, why I'm saying about youths and the women, it's not that men are exclusive, but the men have ruled this country. And they did not rule anything.
Okay, very quickly, before you even get to be the president of Nigeria, you have to pick up the ticket of your party. I know you've picked your forms, they were for free.
Yeah.
But the Minister of Women Affairs for Nigeria says that, you know, this is a Greek gift when political parties say you can get your form for free. Because it's one thing to get the forms, it's another to get the ticket. And that most political parties give this for free, and then they screen out the women. Are you bothered that even though you've gotten this form for free, it's not Uhuru yet? You might not get the ticket, and you're going against the likes of former Central Bank Deputy Governor, Professor Kingsley Moghalu, and other female aspirants in your party. What are your chances?
Well, the fact that I got the nomination form free, it's not really free per se, because I have to give. I have to get the cards. You know, I have to give money to, I mean, help the party to stand. So I'm not just going to take the form and turn my back and say, yeah, I got it free. No, I have other things, you know, that I have to commit financially into the party that will make us be a strong force to change the course of the nation. You know, I mean, coming with the like men of Moghalu and all the ones that are contesting in I know that they were already there, I knew that. But one thing I believe is that it's God that ordains leadership. So I believe that my coming to Nigeria at this time is God ordained. So I know, I mean, I ran in 2019, I sponsored a party single-handedly when I was told to come to Nigeria for rescue. And I came here and I saw that truly things were not, people are living in fear. People are living in abject poverty. So the men are not my concern. Even, I mean, no matter who the person is, I'm not, you know, I'm not really, I'm contesting with men, but at the same time, I'm looking at the God that will use me to effect change in the nation. So I'm just, you know, the thing I found in this nation is that people have lacked the fear of God. If they have the fear of God, they will have the fear of the law. So all these principles are the things that you put together, and then you can drive the force. I coming to, you know, bargain with the money and the lack and this. I mean, I've gotten enough qualification that can take me anywhere in the world, so I'm not really intimidated by other people, you know, talking about all these things.
And before we will let you go, apart from corruption and instilling the values of God that you've talked about in the nation, what else do you want to do in Nigeria? What do you want to do for Nigerians that has not been done before?
What I want to do in Nigeria is, one, set all the infrastructures, like amend our road, repairs the industries that have been left, you know, to decay, and then to make sure that we set up social benefits that will help our youth. You know, there's, you know, a lot of people have lived abroad and they know how the system works. They know that for you to get a job once you come out from university, it's not that easy. It's not easy to come by, especially now that the jobs are very scarce. So I've placed in a policy that will help the youths, you know, on a weekly basis. I mean, we are about over 200 and something million. And Nigerian politicians are spending 100 million. Well, calculate about 3 people. They will be able to give each and every one of our citizens 1 million. But I'm going to set a policy that will make it conveniently and comfortable for the people to have these benefits, social benefits, housing benefits. We have to build houses for our people. When you go to somewhere like Lagos, you see that families where they are living under the bridge, families with, you know, children and so on, and in the daytime they go to hawk. Night season they come back again. This cannot happen. It can't happen under Women Watch. I am here to take over from whoever, to take over from Buhari, because this is the time that I know that I will affect this change. Because watching things deteriorate is not really, you know, when God asked me to come, I knew that he will use me to affect this change. So I'm calling on the youths and the women to join me in this, to support me, support the women. Women are, I mean, we are much ready. You know, there are people that say, oh, give them the VP, give them the, we are not second-class citizens. We have every right to contest for any position God have laid in your heart to contest.
We like your enthusiasm and we wish you the very best in this journey. Lady Angela Johnson, African Democratic Congress presidential aspirant for the president in 2023. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.